to me. Yeah.
Says suicide, cynicism, pessimism, and despair. Young America, hold your head high now. We can win. We must not lose you to drugs and violence, premature pregnancy, suicide, cynicism, pessimism, and despair. We can win. Wherever you are tonight, I challenge you to hope and to dream. Don't submerge your dreams. Exercise above all else. Even on drugs, dream of the day you're drug free. Even in the gutter, dream of the day that you'll be up on your feet again. You must never stop dreaming. Face reality, yes, but don't stop with the way things are. Dream of things as they ought to be. Dream. Face pain, but love, hope, faith, and dreams will help you rise above the pain. Use hope and imagination as weapons of survival and progress, but you keep on dreaming, young America. Dream of peace. Peace is rational and reasonable. War is irrational in this age and unwinnable. Dream of teachers who teach for life and not for living. Dream of doctors who are concerned more about public health than private wealth. Dream of lawyers more concerned about justice and a judgeship. Dream of preachers who are concerned more about prophecy than profiteering. Dream on the high road with sound values. And then America, as we go forth to September, October, November, and then beyond, America must never surrender to a high moral challenge. Do not surrender to drugs. The best drug policy is a no first use. Don't surrender with needles and cynicism. Let's have no first use on the one hand, or clinics on the other. Never surrender, young America. Go forward. America must never surrender to malnutrition. We can feed the hungry and clothe the naked. We must never surrender. We must go forward. We must never surrender to illiteracy. Invest in our children. Never surrender and go forward. We must never surrender to inequality. Women cannot compromise ERA or comparable word. Women are making 60 cents on the dollar to what a man makes. Women cannot buy meat cheaper. Women cannot buy bread cheaper. Women cannot buy milk cheaper. Women deserve to get paid for the work that you do. It's right and it's fair.
I'm a mama, can't you see what the nation's done for me? I'm a mama, can't you see what my home has done for me?
Pick it up, they want to see. Left flank Mars, right flank Mars, left flank Mars, right flank Mars, left flank, right flank Mars, left flank Mars, right flank Mars, left flank Mars, right flank, slow down a bit. Left flank Mars, hold, snap, drop. We fail once and never fall again. Find all men and boys, make them join in. They love the upper wide, they know we all at others' ass.
Permission to fall in?
Yes, sir. Mine on my mission. Never be deterred when they see us on our post. We are not to be disturbed. All we really waiting for them to get the word. Papa guarantee they will get what they deserve. Boom.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
Come on then. I'm on the show, so come on. Ladies and gentlemen, what I just seen, Jesse and Malcolm, I'm proud of my people from both worlds. And I'm here today, this evening, at just left my beautiful mother I sit around there and watch that at 91 years old. And I'm looking at this here. I want Catherine to come in and take this off the TV and put this on too, about what Trump just did. Vet blows whistle on Trump illegal war. I want my producer to come in here on YouTube. Vet blows whistle on Trump's war. Call another phone. I'm on my show. Call another phone, 281-896-8215, and come on the show. Hit the button and come on. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about the information. I'm here to talk about what happened to Cuba and what's happened to Cuba. I'm here to tell you that God ain't sleep. And I'm saying to Mr. Trump and those that follow him, Trumpanites, I'm saying to anyone that would turn the lights off on the people, anyone that would try to make people hungry or cold or not feed them or take their food stamp, take the insurance, take SNAP, take Head Start, take their housing. But you never gave us over $100 trillion you owe us for reparation. You ain't thought about that. You owe us. Your father owe us. Y'all benefited off us. All of you got money benefited off us. And you repaired everybody but us. Curse coming on each and every one of them. Look at that. Vets blow whistle on Trump's illegal. Y'all will not get away. I know you don't believe in God, and I know you think you just do whatever you want to do, and it's all right. It's all right. It is all right. It's all right now for you and the devil, but you're going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. You're going to hell with gasoline drawers on. You're putting a curse on yourself, Trump. You and them chumps and them vagabonds and them people that follow you with that foolishness and ain't man enough or woman enough to tell you you're wrong. And let me tell you, yes men and yes women that's following Trump and don't say nothing. You might as well be doing it yourself. Because in Jeremiah 15:15, God said you didn't say nothing. You allowed him to break my law. You allowed him to disrespect my people. You allowed him to blow up stuff because he don't want STD files out. And then killed 200-300 people and girls at a school. Then tried to deny that he did it. Oh, it was something over there. Just a habitual liar. You start a war because of your way of life with that man over there. And your name in there 38,000 times, one part, 1 million another part, but he ain't your friend. And you didn't stop dealing with him until he was indicted. They put the facts up there. You've been called another lie because you're a habitual liar. You can't help it. It's all over you. And you got some people who follow you to hell with a gasoline jacket on. That ain't wisdom. That's following no matter what. I'm stuck now. I can't get it. You're not stuck. Them people, Jim Jones, thought they were stuck. If you see something like that old lady, she turned around and said, thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for not putting this thing correct. She said that I don't want the pardon. She said, I don't want no pardon. So I don't want it. Why? She said, I was guilty and I followed that cup. She said, I shouldn't have followed them. They tricked me. She said, I don't want it. She said, I should have never did it. That's what she said. So again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can do what you want. And you can get yourself in trouble with God all you want. You can do that. But I can promise you, a bunch of people is going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. I can promise you that. Like they asked Mr. Trump, they say, are you going to heaven? He said no. He know he's no good. And the lady said on the TV station, if a president say he's not going to heaven, he's dangerous. Because he'll say, let me just take everybody with me, many as I can, and start a war, and lied and say he wouldn't start a war, but started a war. He ran on, I won't start a war. He ran on, I'll bring the prices down, not gas up. Food, eggs, all that junk up. 92,000 jobs lost last month. Everything he said was a lie. The only good thing he did is said it's man, male, and female. That's the only good thing he did. He gave God's law. That's it. So, y'all playing with this when China is the world power now. Y'all keep faking over here like y'all the world power. You ain't. They arsenal 15 years in the front of ours. And then y'all do that to Cuba. Iran fought you back and knocked all your embassies out. Now you can't get your boats in. They'll knock you out again. I'm almost sure Russia and China is backing them. And I know for a fact, if Russia step up, and if China step up, it's over. Mr. Trump, you started something you can't control. I'm asking the generals tonight, go to Congress, make your plea like you're doing here. The vet blows the whistle on Trump illegal war. Shut it down. Get him and Vance out that office. Vance taking millions of dollars off the farms now. Everybody hand in the pot. Ladies and gentlemen, Republicans and Democrats, independents, these people don't give a damn about you. You can play and play and play and play. Here come Easter's, go on play. Come Christmas, go on play. Here come Valentine, go on play. Here come Halloween, go on and play. All these are distractions. All these are pagan holidays. And we feed into it because we got the puppet, the puppeteer, and the puppet. And the puppet's being led by the puppeteer. I know I used to be a puppet. Over 50% of the people in America are robots and puppets. I know y'all don't like that. But that's the only way I can wake you up is tell you the truth. You filing something. We fighting all at the rodeo. We fighting all in Miami, LA, the spring break. We just fighting, we swinging and This ain't of God. It's the puppeteer. You got the devil sitting on one shoulder, angel on the other, both suggest us all the time. We must learn to be wise enough to recognize the voices, TikTok, and fallen angels. Facebook, Twitter, Twit, YouTube. We got to follow the angels and stop following the devil. The devil can't give you nothing. He has nothing for you. I mean, absolutely nothing. There's nothing to give you but hell. So again, we have to change our way of thinking and come out of America and come in the mind of God. Come out of Europe. Stop being Eurocentric. And come into the mind of God. And if you don't, you're going to wind up in hell with a gasoline jacket on. And that's the only place Donald Trump can take you. It's to hell. Thank you. Come on. Thank you, TikTok.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be the woman from the shadows today, but welcome to the Johnny Binder Show. Today's topic is America losing control over its own backyard? That's an interesting subject, Minister. Do you think America's ever had control over its backyard?
For a moment, it did. When the right presidents was in there, Clinton, Bush, Barack, Mr. Biden. Yeah, not now. It's bad for us everywhere. Mr. Trump done made it real bad for Americans. We booed everywhere we go now. And the people know it ain't us, but it's a sign of weakness that we have not moved him out. Because we know what he is. Number one, he's a habitual liar. And everything else you see for yourself. So I don't have to say it. I'm not going to say it. They know what he is. They see him. His name in the files 38,000 times, then 1,000,000 times. Why? How your name get in there if you wasn't with him? How your name get in there if you wasn't his friend? How your name in there more than anybody's? His name in there more than anybody. His name in there more than all of them put together. So again, America is going to get their chastisement for going the way of the Trumpenites. It's just like Saul in the Bible when they kept following their king, God let them have him. Then they went to ask and God, please take him out. That's what's going to happen here. Took them people's lives in Minnesota. Both of them 37 years old. Renee. Took them people's life, man. Took the man life. Was it Alex Petty?
Yes.
And Renee?
Good.
And neither one of them did anything for their life to be taken. If they take Caucasian life on national TV, what you think they'll do to us? But are you listening? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. I can hear you. America can hear you too.
ISIS was a gang. ISIS was maybe a few good police officers, and most of them had thug act, jump out, drag people, hit women, children, drag them out the car, handicapped. They didn't give a damn. And they had the nuts and nerve to ask somebody to fund that buffoonery. I mean, like a gang war on the highest level. Sound off in the comments. What does that mean?
That means to drop a comment. Let us know
Oh.
you're there. Welcome, fam.
Okay.
Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or TikTok, drop us a comment. Be sure to follow or subscribe. We are at Johnny Binder Show on all social media platforms.
TikTok, I want to thank all y'all. Y'all on there deep. I love y'all. Come on, let's go.
So right now, TikTok is getting the behind the scenes action, much like we used to do on Facebook, but we had to do it on a different platform. So that's some Facebook business. But again, make sure y'all comment. Before we get deep into today's show, I do want to give our disclaimer. So, the views and opinions expressed by guests and the clips presented on this program are their own and do not represent the views of the Johnny Binder Show. The content provided is for informational and commentary purposes only. The show makes no claim of veracity or independent verification. So just want to get that bit of housekeeping out of the way. That's why we appreciate your comments and your feedback, especially if you're fact checking. We definitely appreciate that. Name your sources, and we're happy to entertain it all. Minister?
Yes, ma'am. I'm waiting for the next clip.
Okay, so I wanted to take time before we get deep into the show is to pay tribute to the 6 soldiers who lost their lives last week. And just wanted to make sure we honor them. So give me just 1 second. They were mainly part of a refueling team. I do know that it was a plane crash ultimately. So let me get that added to the screen. And
yeah,
so, and I do know also that there are soldiers who are even protesting being a part of the war and refusing to go into combat.
They got women over there crying, men over there crying, saying, I don't want to go no unjust war. They said, I don't mind fighting for the country if it's legit. They said, but Iran ain't done nothing to us. We don't want to be no part of that. They don't want no part of that.
So I know Trump has 100% rating with MAGA now. That's crazy to me. And this is what your 100% costs the rest of us.
We lost 3 exceptional airmen in a tragic KC-135 crash in Iraq, and our hearts are extremely heavy.
My God. My God.
And their loss is deeply felt across the 121st Air Refueling Wing and the entire Ohio National Guard.
My God.
We've lost at least soldiers.
On a mental lie. And then he got in the front of a casket and did a commercial and then did a fundraiser off a casket. I mean, yeah, I found that out last night. He got in front of a casket and took a picture.
Who did?
The president, Donald Trump got in front of a casket somebody was in it. One of the soldiers. He took a photo shoot, right?
Yes.
He took the photo shoot and used it for a fundraiser. I know you didn't hear what I said. He took the photo shoot and did a fundraiser with the photo shoot. Had the casket in the back of him with the flyer for the or whatever for the fundraiser. All the money he done took, he got the nuts and nerve to do a fundraiser. And what he doing a fundraiser for? He not running for no president. His time is up. So what this fundraiser for? And then I found out today from the governor out of California that he got hats or something with 2028 on it and spent $2 million. Why would you have something with your name on it for 2028? So in other words, he's saying, I'm not leaving.
No, he just, I saw he was, I can't remember. They've commemorated a gold coin with his picture on it. It's available for purchase. I saw that today.
Boy, they gonna get it.
Oh my gosh.
They gonna get it, man. Ain't nobody gonna buy it, but a Trumpernite. Ain't nobody else gonna buy that. I wouldn't give $1 for it. That man ain't no hero, he's a zero. He the worst president ever in the history of time. He know that. It ain't like he don't know it. So he knows that to be a fact. And the people, did you get that war up here?
I do. Do you need assistance with the light?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it where my face is clear like it was a leg ago. Okay, right here. Okay. All right, it's right here. Okay.
Okay. So what we're going to do, we'll go ahead and play a little bit. It's a very long clip, so we won't be playing the whole thing. Just give me one.
I know. I just want to get enough in where the people can understand that this is an unjust war, and the soldiers are complaining. They don't TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. They don't want to be in this war, man, because it's an unjust war. So they don't want to be in it, and I don't blame them. Because ain't no way I would be in it. I resigned like some of them already did. I'm not letting you send me no war, man. Get me hurt. My life get taken over because you don't want somebody to see some files. Iran ain't done nothing to us. Come on, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to play a bit of this, and y'all weigh in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking about the war, and why you think we can't get him out of office despite everything. So go ahead and roll this clip.
Our response, we will keep pressing. We will keep pushing, keep advancing. No quarter, no mercy for our enemies.
It's Ken Harbaugh with the Midas Touch Network. What you just heard is definitionally a war crime, offering no quarter, no chance of surrender to an enemy combatant who no longer poses a threat is a violation of the laws of armed conflict. The U.S. is a signatory to the Hague Regulations of 1907 and the Geneva Conventions of 1949. The values expressed there regarding the treatment of prisoners and those attempting to surrender are reflected in our UCMJ and in the War Crimes Act of 1996. The DoD's Law of War Manual explicitly says, and I quote, "It is forbidden to declare that no quarter will be given." Pete Hegseth simply does not care. He has already proudly proclaimed that the U.S. military will not be bound by, quote, "stupid rules of engagement." What kind of signal do you think that sends to the American service member fighting right now? I'll tell you because I'm hearing from them. They're asking, are we still the good guys? We just blew up a girls' school in Iran, reportedly a double tap strike, and then lied about it. And that lie wasn't some junior press officer. It came directly from the President of the United States.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegseth? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still
But
investigating.
the only side that targets civilians is Iran. We think it was done by Iran.
It wasn't Iran. There is definitive evidence of a Tomahawk missile, a U.S. weapon, hitting that site. At this point, we cannot believe anything the Trump regime says. We are being dragged into another war in the Middle East with no clear objective and no end in sight. I asked Paul Rieckhoff to join me to talk about all this. Paul founded Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America over 20 years ago and has spent the last 2 decades fighting for veterans and holding the U.S. government accountable. During our wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, Paul was one of the most prominent critics of our policy failures there, and it feels like we're doing it all over again. Here's our conversation. Paul, thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for fighting the good fight on CNN and everywhere else. But man, I feel like we have been in this movie before. You've literally been in this movie before with Matt Damon, and we know how it ends. We haven't learned a damn thing, it feels like, from Iraq, much less Afghanistan. What's your take?
Yeah, deja vu all over again, man. Here we are again, right? I mean, you know, I think maybe I'll start with the opportunity here. You and I have been fighting in this space and on these fights and with guys like Pete Hegseth for over 20 years now, right? And all that was a warm-up for this. Yeah. This is the biggest game possible, and it is no game. But this is the highest stakes we've ever seen. And it all, in some ways, maybe steeled us, especially as activists and veterans and anyone else who works, you know, try to make a positive impact. You know, that steeled us for this moment, because this moment is so big. It is so out of control. It has so much overflow potential. It's going to hurt so many people, and it's going to require so many people. So, you know, you got your Navy shirt on. I got my Army stuff behind us. You know, we're going to have to be like fingers on a fist. We're all going to have to get together. And I've been saying this a lot, Ken. I think there's actually an opportunity here. There has never been anything, at least in the last couple of years, that's united Americans politically like their opposition for the Iran war. And that's big. You know, 70% of people don't want this war. That's people like Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly and now Newt Gingrich, right? And it's obviously folks on the left and a lot of people in the independent space, in the middle space, and it comes on the backs of people's total disgust with ICE.
I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to pause it right there because, like I said, it is a very long video. I'll drop the link in the description so everyone can go back and watch the full replay. But Minister, what are your thoughts about what he said so far?
He spoke the truth. This is an unjust war, and there's too many people gonna get hurt, and lives gonna be taken. We're gonna have a bunch of body bags over here if we don't get from over there, man. This is real serious. We gonna have a major problem if we don't get from over there and end this war and then get rid of Trump. Them the problems we have. And America has to move on it. They got the Congress, they got the Senate, and they got the people. They want him out. It's over 70%, they want him out. He's creating a problem. And it's going to be devastating for us over with. It's nothing to play with. And we're not the world power. We keep on faking it all we want. We're not the world power no more. China is. And we need to stop it. We need to stop it. It is not correct what they're doing. And too many people's lives can be taken over nonsense because he don't want them files out. When he in there 38,000 times, and then he in there again 1 million times, but you don't know him, and he's not your friend. Well, that lie been debunked. They've been talking all the way up till he got taken. His life was taken. You know, if his life was taken, because now they seeing people with the hair stuff look just like him. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's a lot. And I pray the taxpayer, I pray that the generals of the army see that we look like war criminals over here and bomb that school with them children in it. Do y'all know how crucial that is? You come home and your daughter not alive because some person think they control and trying to get the narrative to change and look for a distraction and looked for the biggest one this time and blow that school up. Mr. Trump, your day coming, brother. God is going to deal with you himself. Remember, I told you that. God is going to deal with you himself. He don't want nobody else to take the credit for it but him. Nobody. God going to deal with all you people. I know most of y'all don't believe in God because you can't believe in God and follow Trump. Impossible. So I don't know what you're following, but God is going to deal with all of you. Remember I told you. Thank you. Come on.
So I know we've been talking a lot about Cuba today. And for those of you who may not know, I'm going to play a small clip. But Donald Trump is, and I said I don't want that name, Trump, the man in the White House has his sights set over Cuba. And I'm going to play a few clips, and they're kind of long, so I'll just play pieces of it. But what it will do, in my estimation, this is the world according to Catherine, is it's going to just draw Russia and China right into our backyards, right? Because Cuba is only 90 miles away from Florida. And then Russia has already promised to send aid to Cuba because they don't have lights. They don't have oil. Mind you, we took out Venezuela, and Venezuela was the biggest, their biggest supplier of oil to Cuba. So now with them off of the map, the people that were already in dire straits, and they've been left worse off. So I'm going to play this so we'll understand what's going on in our backyard.
My God.
That you recently just returned from a trip to Cuba, and I wanted to actually open up some space to hear about some of your insights and how some of your experiences there really fold into this conversation around how we're archiving and lifting up our people's revolutionary traditions.
So Thank you for opening that up. Mark and I was just talking. I was telling him I went to Cuba middle of last month. I came back at the end of the month, I think it was. The bottom line was, it probably for the first 5 or 6 days back, I cried every day. And I cried every day. It wasn't my first trip to Cuba. I've been several times, but this time to see the suffering that this country, your president, and his gang is subjecting a whole country to. It's just criminal. And I know that I will resist. I know that there are ways that I've figured out to resist, and I will resist, but I still feel those ways are powerless. You know, I still don't feel a lot of power, and that's why the emotion comes. And I'm not alone in feeling that. I was, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, but I'm going to share it anyway. I was home and I was really feeling bad and crying, thinking about Cuba and thinking about the things I had to do to resist. What do I have to do? And I got a call. I don't have to name his name. I got a call from another publisher who's my elder. And he just said, "Hi, Paul." And he said, "They're killing them. They're killing us in Cuba. They're killing us in Cuba." And he was crying as he was saying that. And so you had these two old guys sitting on beds in different cities, crying and pledging that we had to do something. We have to do something. And I encourage people in this room to understand that we've got to do something, because everything, this is like, they're doing it all over the world. Like, Cuba's not alone. It's not isolated. All over the world, they're bombing. They're doing it in our name. Like, all of those bombs that are dropping, all the bombs that dropped in Gaza, those American-made bombs, American-made planes. The ones that are dropping in Iran, American-made bombs, American-made planes. In Cuba, they're not bombing, but they're really destroying the people. They're really killing people. They're killing infants. They're killing people who go to the hospital with infections. It's wrong. Yeah. It's absolutely wrong. And the thing that we have to understand is, especially for Black folks, Cuba is the closest, like we only have to go like 40 minutes and we're in Africa. You know, it's like one of them things. Yeah. It's like 40 minutes and you're in Africa. And I've felt more at home in Cuba than I have in Africa, okay? Part of it is because so much of the tradition is preserved, and you're looking at that tradition. And when you're looking at that tradition, you're seeing your history. Yeah. You're seeing how we got here. Right. And you see that one boat stopped there in Cuba, and they dropped them off at the Spaniards, and another boat stopped in Virginia or Annapolis, and they dropped us off. But we're the same people, and they've been able to retain. But now they're being punished because the gangsters, Trump and his gangsters, want that island, which is one of the most beautiful spaces in this hemisphere. They want it, and they're taking it. So I don't even know where I started with this. The point is, what I'm trying to say, and for now and for the record, we have a moral responsibility to join the Cuban people. And this is people of conscience around the world, but especially Black people, and especially people of African descent, because when Cuba called, Africa came. They went into Africa and they sent 350 some odd thousand people to fight for our freedom and to fight for Nelson Mandela's freedom. And that's why Nelson Mandela went there first. We owe a great debt. They protected our freedom fighters, all of our freedom fighters, whether it's Robert Williams or whether it's down to Assata Shakur. Right. We owe a debt. Yeah. And we have to pay that debt. We have to pay it back to the Cubans. When Obama wanted to exchange, y'all remember, people in this room remember this? He wanted to exchange. He wanted to exchange Assata Shakur for more liberal trade in Cuba. Now Cuba said, no, we ain't doing that. Right.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause it right here. I let it play a little bit longer because it's a longer interview as well. I'll put it in the description. But when we start talking about other countries, a lot of times Americans in general won't look at them and say, that's them, it's not us. Oh, so sad. That's happening to them. It's not happening to us. And I don't think that a lot of us over here, like he said, doesn't realize the cultural significance of Cuba for those of us who have descended from the diaspora. We don't know. We don't know that you can go there and your history is about as preserved. It's there and it's in Haiti. And if I had any guesses, I would say Haiti may be the next to catch hell from the United States. But this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at. And so we already know it's an all-out war to destroy our history and our culture here in the United States. So I really don't want them to get hold of Cuba. That and for humanitarian reasons, because they're cutting off. They don't have food. We talking about we can't afford to buy eggs, minister. They buying eggs one at a time. That's what their economy is like right now. One at a time.
Anybody that has anything to do with Cuba or any unjust war, hear my voice. God is going to put a curse on you and deal with you in a way that you won't be the one. God said, what you done to the least of them, you also done unto me. What you do to the least of them, you also have done to me. That is. So we can play with it.
Yes. So again, Russia is sending other countries around the world. They are sending humanitarian aid to Cuba. It has been America's response to continue to choke these people out and not supply them with just enough for them to have the basic necessities. And I'm talking about, so without oil and without electricity, because they just had a massive blackout that they're recovering from, then you know you don't have clean water. And then they don't have access to the medicine and the care that they need to even go to the hospital to have things like diphtheria, which y'all know that's when you get severe diarrhea because you done drunk some contaminated water. They don't even have the ability to get treatment to fight that off. So I'm sounding the alarm. If there is anybody in our listening audience and you have relatives in Cuba, I would love for you to get their testimony, share them with us, even give them our show link. I'd be happy to have them on here because I love to hear what's going on firsthand in the country, and even if how we can get aid to them. Whether it's clothing, whether it's a food drive, what can we do? What can we do to serve the people of Cuba? Because that's just like serving ourselves. And I know you say, well, people in the United States can't eat. We got to pick a battle, y'all. And we just going to have to pray that Jesus take the bread and break it and bless it and make it enough for everybody. But we have to have the heart that we're going to serve. Must have the heart that we're going to serve. So I'm going to look for ways for us to serve. And if y'all know of any ways where the aid goes directly to the people, please let us know. Please let us know. Minister?
Yeah, usually goes off on Trump on YouTube. I want you to come get it because he's very intelligent. If he going out on Trump, he got a lot of evidence. Hughley, he's been on CNN. He was a comedian.
Okay, I'll grab that momentarily as soon as we take a break.
Yes,
let's see. I just want to play one more clip regarding Cuba, and then we will move on. So just so you know that the Cuban people, they are resilient. That country was born out of insurrection. So they've been fighting since they're very
Cuba's president,
but their president vows that he's going to fight as best he can. And they are a communist country. I'm saying this, y'all. So we got Russia and we have China. China has been investing in the island as they can, and Russia has been supporting them since they were the Soviet Union back in 1959. So it's a complicated history. Go out on YouTube. I'm gonna try to find something to drop it in the link. But yeah, so you understand where we are with them now. But if the United States does not win this over, then China and Russia will be 90 miles off of the coast of America. So I just want to share this clip and then I'll come and grab what you're talking about, Minister. Just give me one moment.
Miguel Diaz-Canel says that any attempts to take control of the island would be met with resistance. The comments come after the new threats by President Donald Trump and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who said that the Cuban government's socialist economic model needs to change dramatically. Democratic lawmakers say any military action will require congressional approval. On Capitol Hill this week, they pressed the administration on its plans for the island.
Are we preparing to go and invade Cuba?
I'm not familiar with any plans on Cuba. What I'm saying is that fundamentally, Cuba's provided a significant threat to the United States hemispheric security for decades.
Meanwhile, Cuba reconnected its power grid and brought it online, ending a nationwide blackout. Officials warn the power network could fail again as it crumbles under a U.S. oil embargo imposed shortly after Nicolás Maduro's capture.
Today, the Senate Homeland Security Committee is scheduled to possibly...
We will pause it there. So, Minister, what are your recommendations as to how and what we focus on as a nation as we try to support those abroad?
Out that office immediately to turn them lights off on them children and women, to do what he's doing, to hurt that many people that done nothing to us. He has to be stopped.
I mean, but we haven't done anything to stop him now, and that's my whole concern is that we haven't. He's still there. We know he's in the files. We know he's committed 34 felonies. We know that he has started an illegal war that's that's unaliving thousands of Iraqi citizens and leaving them destitute without adequate health care, among other things. And then that's affecting everybody else in the region because now Iran is attacking our allies in that region. And it's just like a huge domino effect. So, yeah, what do we focus on? He's doing that. How do we get him out? Because I'm not understanding why he's still there.
You have a legitimate question. They should have been moved him by right. They should have been moved him. He's a major problem to the whole United States of America. America's going to pay for him not moving him fast enough. It's going to happen. He should have been gone. He should have been gone. He's no good for America. He's no good for himself. It's not, and it will not. It's not, and it will not work. So again, we got to get him out of that office.
Well, we'll have to keep on and right. We have the power to vote. We have the power to call our representatives and demand action. And just tell them they're going to have to get their asses out their seat if they can't move it and move him. And because I really don't understand right now. I'm beyond just not
It's
understanding why
There's a
he's still
there's a
there.
sickness going on. Well, it's a sickness going on because there's no way that this man is setting us up to fail. This is not. It's not a secret what he's doing. 2025 pamphlet, he's planning out to the best of his. That's what he's doing. And we
Minister,
sitting up
can
here.
we get back over here to the camera? You're not looking at the camera.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this on. TikTok took me off.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next clip while we get TikTok situated.
I'm not going to try it now. I'm going to do something else. I'm trying to go to David Jeremiah to my other one.
Okay, guys. So this is the segment that the minister was talking about with D.L. Hughley. I'm gonna try to get it to.
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
Point. Well, we not. We're just gonna play a little bit.
Just play enough to understand it.
Okay. Here we go.
It's Don Lemon is gonna start Black Klansman 2. It's crazy. It's crazy.
DL.
It's crazy.
So you saw what's happening, right? You probably know more about it than I do because I've been so busy all day. What do you think?
I do. I think this is an example of them perverting Dr. King's legacy and the history of civil rights and the history of race relations in this country to their own ends. It's interesting that people are angry with you for, I guess Black Lives Matter found out that somebody associated with the church in St. Paul was the acting director of ICE, and Black Lives Matter staged the protest that you happened to cover. But what's more interesting is Black Lives Matter was protecting and fighting for the rights of Renee Good, a white woman, while All Lives Matter were paying money to her murderer. And so it's just we find ourselves, and it is Dr. King's birthday, and we're honoring it. But we got to remember, Dr. King gave a speech. One of his famous speeches was a eulogy for 4 Black girls that were killed in the Birmingham.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
What happened?
I don't know.
Lemon lie. D.L. Hughley goes off on Donald Trump. Breaking news.
Let me go back.
DL called me just before the show and cheered me up. And DL, come on into the program.
Hey, baby boy.
On screen next to what?
Yeah, I've never been next to a black.
I don't think that's the right one. Is that the right one? Okay. Was it okay? We'll go with it.
DL called me just before the show and cheered me up. And DL, come on into the program.
DL goes off.
Boy.
On screen next to what?
Yeah, I've never been next to a Black Klansman before.
Welcome to the program, everyone. Support comes from 125.
Okay, we're gonna have to go back to our regular scheduled programming. It's too much.
Most people don't even know until it becomes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we tried to get this in, and
Yeah, we'll find something else to put in its place. It's hard to program on the fly sometimes to make sure that we're in sync.
No problem. We do it tomorrow.
Okay. So we're going to pivot just a little bit. And I said I was not going to let y'all forget about March 25th. We're going to all wear black on March 25th. And you say, why are we doing that? This is my national call for March 25th. And I don't care if I'm the only one sitting in my house all day long in all black from head to toe. I'm celebrating. I'll take pictures. I'll do it. I'll do it for the gram. Here we go.
African nations are pushing for an international resolution that could label the transatlantic slave trade as the greatest crime against humanity in history, and they are preparing to put Britain's role directly under the spotlight. Ghana is expected to introduce the resolution at the United Nations later this month on behalf of the African Union. This proposal seeks formal recognition of the European-led transatlantic slave trade as a historic crime of unprecedented scale, pointing to its vast human toll and its long-lasting economic and social consequences. According to the UN, the transatlantic slave trade lasted over 4 centuries. Around 15 million Africans, including men, women, and children, were forcibly transported across the Atlantic, with the largest number sent to Brazil and other parts of the Americas. African leaders say that the scale, duration, and enduring impact of the trade justify calling it history's greatest crime against humanity. The African Union is also pressing for reparations from the EU countries, claiming that the legacy of slavery contributed to the economic gap between Western nations and much of the developing world. African diplomats are now lobbying countries across the globe ahead of a vote scheduled for the 25th of March. The day is also marked as the International Day of Remembrance of the victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. Ghana's move has reportedly secured the backing from Caribbean countries as well and many African states, while additional support is reportedly being sought from developing countries and non-aligned nations. If passed, this resolution is likely to bring about a global conversation about history, slavery, and justice, with Britain's past firmly under the microscope.
And I know y'all have seen that before because I played it, but I want to give you a backdrop. I do now have a clip from the president of Ghana and their efforts to press for reparations. So it's okay, Minister, I'm gonna go ahead and cue that up real quick.
Go right ahead.
Well, I tell you, but how do you think the conversations are finally starting? So it feels like the tides are turning in some way. Got to keep hope alive, like Jesse said at the top of the show.
And now to the very latest out of...
Let me pause that. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to get back to my starting point. Here we go.
Reparations for the transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, and apartheid were designated as a flagship priority of our union. At the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly in September 2025, I announced that Ghana would lead the effort to table a resolution declaring slavery and the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity. That commitment marked the beginning of a structured diplomatic and legal process. On 24th March, Ghana will host a high-level side event at the United Nations, followed by a wreath-laying ceremony at the African Burial Ground National Museum in New York. And on 25th March 2026, the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, Ghana, together with co-sponsors and with the endorsement of the African Union, will formally table the resolution before the General Assembly. We call upon all member states to support and co-sponsor this resolution. This initiative presents us a historic opportunity an opportunity to affirm the truth of our history, an opportunity to recognize the grievous injustice in human history, an opportunity to lay a stronger foundation for genuine reconciliation and equality. While the past cannot be undone, it can be acknowledged, and acknowledgement is the first step towards justice.
Oh man. So I'm going to pull my Willie D move right here. I know y'all can't see me. But it's so I'm clapping. I'm clapping. I do it again. So this is historic. This is the first time since Malcolm that anyone has tried to take it to this level. And we all know that this is probably what drew attention to him and ultimately led to his assassination. So I pray for the Ghanaian government, and I am so grateful that they are picking up this cross and pressing forward. They've done a lot, Minister. So what are your thoughts on it?
My God. Man. What do you think about it?
What do you mean, what do I think about it? It's about damn time.
Wow.
It's about damn time. And since we act like over here, I think we get so caught up in everything else going on. We're disenfranchised by information. So we got mass incarceration going on. We got drug epidemics going on. We got all this MAGA bull going on. We got them trying to pull our history out of all the textbooks, all the monuments. By the way, I saw that they had reinstalled some old slave master statue that got pulled down during the pandemic. They decided they were going to relay that tribute. Meanwhile, you're taking our stuff down. And I think we get caught up in the bull over here. So it's hard for us to get a leader because, we've been looking for that leader to come out of the West. And I am so glad it's coming out of the East because that's where it started.
You're right. You're right about that.
So I'm just grateful. Ghana has been amazing with inviting us to come back home and making a pathway for citizenship over there, dual citizenship, easy, along with a few other African nations. So yeah, they're looking more and more attractive to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. It gives me hope. We start talking about hope at the top of the show. And again, is America losing control of its own backyard? Yeah, because they have to protect white fragility. They know that with information, certain truths come out. And they're doing all they can to suppress that, but we have to take our history back. I know y'all say I give y'all a lot of homework. I want you to take your history back. I want you to support Cuba. I want you to do a lot. Do what you call to do in the spirit, but we have to be responsible. We have to take some sort of action for ourselves. So that's where I am with it, Minister.
What they doing to Cuba is so far out of line, so far out of perspective. There's no way you can't do that to people, man. We're not in slavery no more. And Trump is just looking for anybody he can attack to he got to keep it going because he's seen Iran blowed up on him. So let me go another way. You see, he left the Greenland. You know, they already told him now. So the man's sick.
I mean, but more than just him, it's always
they leading in Israel.
they are.
TikTok took me off tonight. Behind Trump.
We weren't saying anything. We were pretty mild today, I thought.
Yeah. Took me off.
Oh well. So well, fam, that's how it go when you're out in these content streets. It's controlled by them, so they're gonna do what they do. And we're gonna keep on doing what we do over here, you know. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all y'all's support. Please remember to subscribe, especially on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up and interact with us. We always want to know what you think. But just a quick reminder, because some people say we're going to support Cuba. What has Cuba done for us? Cuba's always been down with us. Because after Katrina, I don't know if anyone remembers, but Cuba sent a ship over with aid way before the United States did anything for their own people. Way before the United States did anything for the people of Louisiana. Cuba was sending over medical aid. I don't think y'all heard me. You can Google this. This is a fact. And then they got turned away. They wouldn't allow them into our water space to give aid to people who were dying and who were suffering and in desperate situations. Cuba did that. Just like they were instrumental in sending troops over to free Nelson Mandela. And it was
my phone. This is my sister, my mother.
Okay.
Just music.
And as well as I'm talking to the chair today. I'll explain this later. But I'm here. Kat, the producer, is here. But yeah, Cuba did that. And it was another African nation. Forgive me if I can't think of the name of the particular war at that time. They sent troops over there to help fight and support them in the resistance from colonizers. So Cuba has been on it. They've been active. They've moved in solidarity. So if you just got $1 or $2, I'm going to find the aid link so we can get aid over there. It doesn't have to be a mass donation. It can be just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. Again, these people are not trying to even buy a carton of eggs, y'all. They're just trying to buy an egg. An egg. So theoretically, if we got 86 cents that y'all can put in just to help them buy an egg. Remember, Donald Trump ran on the promise that he was going to make eggs more affordable. I'm a vegan. I don't eat eggs. Thank God. But I haven't even looked at a carton to see how much they cost. But I really don't think the price has gone down. So that's where we are, fam. That's where we are. And my chair is empty tonight. Because I got some other stuff going on. I wasn't presentable. So he just told me to put up my chair and know that I am here for y'all in spirit. And yeah, so I hope you're digging tonight's show. I haven't even had a chance to go in and look at my comments. And as always, Mr. Kendrick Ballard, Kendrick has been down with us since we went live day one. And put up his comment for just a moment. It's always what up, OG and Miss K and everyone, La Familia. Thank you, Kendrick. Thank you so much for your support and your love over this time. Would love to hear your voice, brother. You know, you have a standing invite to the show to come on and be a panelist. Got to show you love. Got to show you love. I don't see any other comments at this time, but I am not on Facebook. If you have something you want to say, please drop it. I am always interested in your feedbacks, your thoughts, your opinions, and we will keep moving on. with the show. So let's see what we have for you here. Speaking of plantations, you know, y'all, we got to shake our plantation mentality. I know it's hard. We only, 400 years removed from it, thereabout. Sad situation, but we making strides. We're making strides. So check this video out.
Let's talk about slavery. Because I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck where you been. We're still on the plantation, brother. The privilege that they give black people, that only black people can flex on other black people with, because that's all you can do.
Thank you.
You can't flex on the motherfucker master, because he gave it to you. You go out there and flex on your people. Because if you flex on me, your ass is in trouble. And what you got, that's my fuck up money. I spend that in taxes. So go be a king to your own people. But don't come over here and act like you're a king to us. And if I catch you biting and snapping back at me, I'm gonna take that shit from you, embarrass you, and make your people talk about you and turn on you again. That's what they do to us with that shit. You know you can't take it with you. You don't own this shit. That's the only fucked up thing about having something more than your own people. You can only flex on your own people.
That's sad.
Isn't it sad? So it encourages the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yeah, yeah. And when they wrote the letter in Jamestown, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, in Jamestown, when Willie Lynch comes, that's his name, Willie Lynch. Lynch. So he wrote the letter and told them they wasting precious lives and they can be making millions of dollars with them and stop hanging them. So he said, just turn them against each other, the dog against the lighter, and use fear, distrust, and envy. And it would go on for 300 years, which should have been over in 2012, but it would be a perpetual cycle. And it would keep going, and we in 2026, and we still Willie Lynch. And so many of our people have never read Willie Lynch. We done seen all the talk shows and house, whatever they is, and Atlanta and Wildin' Out, and every rap song we know it that's filthy, but we don't know nothing about our history. We never read Carter G. Woodson, a miseducated Negro, the education of a Negro, and won't even read Willie Lynch 1712. Don't take me 10 minutes to read it. And you know we ain't gonna read message to the black man. That's a message to us. So again, we are so slave-minded. Really the whole America. Right now I'm talking about us. Because I told you about the puppeteer and the puppet. And then we lead in heart disease, eating all this filthy food. Our teeth is not even made to eat meat. Dr. Saban proved to the world meat is no good for us. Indicted him. He went and fought the case on national TV and won it and used the word cured. And had a lot of people had cured. At the end, the judge turned the mic off or something and asked him, said, my chest hurting, what I should do. And I don't know what he told him, what happened. So again, what they doing to our people in Cuba and what we do to each other, and this T.I. and 50 Cent, we need to get a council. We need to stop. Go to the council in Chicago or come here, but you need to go to Chicago. And if you want to go, T.I., we can set it up for you. Let's go to making calls. Because, brother, what y'all doing is crazy. I got a direct call. I can call Isaiah, hip-hop pastor, my personal friend, and see, can stop it. All y'all doing is open the door for Master to come in and indict one of y'all. And when y'all telling on each other, who y'all think listening? You think the government ain't listening to y'all? Ask Puppy if they listening. Ask They don't even bring his name up no more. The singer, the love singer, Catherine.
Yes.
What's the guy that sang love songs? I can't call his name right now.
Sing love songs.
Yeah, he in prison.
Oh, Tory Lanez? No?
Who?
Oh, R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. They don't even bring his name up. It's Suge Knight. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been led astray. It's 2026, and we still are hurting and taking each other's lives. It's not even McCullough no more. It ain't no, you don't see no more Crips and blood. It ain't even that no more. It's just black against blacks. We fighting, the women fighting them. We got more women fighting in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years in the history of time. Our beautiful women scratching, fighting, pulling hair out, hair with nails, they bought it, put it in, sewed it in, glued it in, tied it in. We just fighting. And if you fighting over one of them $2 Negro, you need to get a psychosocial assessment and a dynamic. If some other female wanted, she did you a favor. You should have gave her a couple $100 and told her thank you. She spared you. All of them habitual lies. You know, I got to hurry up and do this song. I'm calling my guy tonight. Stop giving your heaven to hell. And stop letting males of any nationality disrespect you. You dishonor yourself, your mother, your ancestry, but specifically God and yourself. If a man can't respect you, you don't need him around you. I'm talking about all men, white, pink, black, or brown. And what's happening to Cuba. I'm saying this tonight. Thursday, I think it's Thursday. It's Thursday. God is going to deal with all the people. This unjust, we're going to know. Remember what I said on this Thursday night. Everybody was a part of this. Mr. Trump. God gonna get you too. God gonna get y'all. Y'all are so disrespectful. You done turn them people lights off. But when Canada turned our lights off, I wonder what you're gonna say. Watch and see. What you reap is what you sow. Y'all lying Donald Trump to get y'all in trouble with God. And y'all are so weak and feeble that it ain't a state of emergency and you have not got him out of there yet. And he violated and disrespected our damn people. And blown the school up with young girls in it. And then lied like Iran that did it. And 3-4 days later, well, you know, you have casualties. Young people, if you woke up in the morning and somebody blows your daughter up, how would you feel? Daughters. This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. Do y'all understand? We in 2026 and we blowing up innocent people when we know how to put a target on it to go hit wherever the arsenal at, go hit wherever they at, so the hospitals and schools like Israel did. That gun, what is not Ghana, Ukraine, like Israel did, and hit the school. So Israel hit a school and a hospital. Now, America did. And Israel pushed you into this. Lord have mercy. And we started giving them reparation, and we had nothing to do with Hitler. But they lost 6 million, we lost 100 million, and we ain't got $100. They owes over $100 trillion. 4 acres and a mule. What y'all doing to our people is completely out of order. Mr. Bush, you brought a curse on yourself. God gonna stop all of y'all. And then no sense me asking you to quit and get your life back and repent and atone, because you ain't gonna do it. God coming. Father God, please move quickly like you did with Moses and Pharaoh. Bring the plagues, God. Stop these unjust wars and stop America from hurting innocent children and people. If we ever needed you, Father, we need you now. Christ, in Allah's name we pray. Amen. What's the next clip, my beautiful?
Well, I am glad you asked because, and you offered that beautiful prayer, because I found this interesting clip about they're projecting that 100,000 churches may close over the next few years.
They need to close. They ain't doing nothing. We got 400,000 churches. We got no church banks. We ain't got no church hospitals. We ain't got no finance company. We ain't got no safe. Nothing. The church supposed to help the people. That ain't happening.
I understand what you're saying. However, the church still remains the hope center for a lot of people. So,
yeah, but the pastors need to stop playing, because Ezekiel 34 say you clothed yourself, you fed yourself, but you have not fed my flock. You have scattered my flock all over the world. And God said, I will come and remove you and send David the prince.
So I'm going to tell you. I understand, but I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it.
Please.
So, Project 2025. Before we start really talking about it, it was said allegedly that a part of it is to create this one world religion. So if they're projecting that 100,000 churches will close, it could put them closer to this getting what they want.
There'll never be no world religion.
I understand that, but it would force everyone else to go underground. We'd be like China. You have to go and hide underground in your basement to practice.
400,000 churches, they still have 300,000 left. So they gonna do what they do, believe in those spooks and ghosts. Oh my God, coming out there, he's a plane, he's a bird, he come. So they don't know.
He's everything and everywhere. But let me go ahead and hit play.
bells and closed doors. That could soon be a reality across the country. The National Council of Churches estimates that roughly 100,000 U.S. churches could close in the coming years, citing declining attendance, rising costs, and the aftermath of COVID-19 as contributing factors. I'm Brianna Dennehy reporting from First Baptist Church in Abilene, where Pastor Ray Miller is weighing in on a change that could permanently reshape the landscape of American faith. While numerical projections may rise and fall, Ray Miller believes the church is entering a period of change.
Stats come and go. We don't know how God's going to intervene and be involved. I do believe that church is going to be different in the next few years, but I also believe that church is always going to be relevant and always going to be important to people's lives. Part of what's driving this is the aging out of some people within it. So there's smaller attenders among millennials and Gen Z. But what churches need to do is get back to humble service, loving your neighbor, and having a deep fellowship with God and inviting people into that journey with God, into salvation and seeing the redemption of the world happen through Jesus Christ.
As churches nationwide face mounting pressures, the focus is shifting to how church leaders plan to adjust. K-Texas asked, what steps is First Baptist Church of Abilene taking now to safeguard its future?
We're always asking questions on how are we doing at reaching the next generation. Particularly for us, we have a huge community outreach that we invite people to participate in. So we want you to come serve alongside us. And as you serve alongside us, we believe that you'll meet the Savior.
Some local residents say the real question isn't whether churches will adapt, but whether people still want what they're preaching.
I'm with the church. I would leave too. I would shut down too. A lot of them would rather close down than to conform to giving up on what makes the church, and that's been the constant in the community. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a constant message, and the people just don't want that constant message. I guess God is saying, okay, then we got to go somewhere else, because God doesn't go where he's not wanted.
Others point to hypocrisy, where the ideals embraced during worship are frequently at odds with everyday behavior.
Maybe God just got tired and he needs a break from all of us because we're just not listening anyway. We go and pretend to be something that we're not in church and then come back out and do whatever we want. And God's like, you reap what you sow.
The coming years will reveal which churches survive and which become a part of history. Empty pews.
Minister?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you think about what the young what did you think about what the young man said?
About the 1,000 churches leaving and we need the church.
Do I need to play it again?
Yeah, play it again. Play it again. I heard what he said. I'm trying to see what part you're talking about.
The young man. It wasn't one young man. We can move to his part.
Yeah, do that. Because it's something specifically you're trying to ask me. I'm definitely listening to him.
Oh, let's see. He was towards the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all get it with me now, because it's going to take us all answers.
We'll start about right here.
And the people just don't want that constant message. I guess God is saying, okay, then what makes the church, and that's been the constant.
Move it. Okay.
I would shut down too. A lot of them would rather close down than to conform to giving up on what makes the church, and that's been the constant in the community. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a constant message, and the people just don't want that constant message. I guess God is saying, okay, then we got to go somewhere else, because God doesn't go where he's not wanted.
Others point to hypocrisy, where
I guess we can let it play out, because hypocrisy is a big reason too.
the ideals embraced during worship are frequently at odds with everyday behavior.
Maybe God just got tired and he needs a break from all of us because we're just not listening anyway. We go and pretend to be something that we're not in church and then come back out and do whatever we want. And God's like, you reap what you sow.
The coming years.
So I guess what I find fascinating, Minister, is that the young lady was saying that they both, her and the young man, were like, God left the church, not people. That was their point of view. That's what I found interesting, because she's like, well, God said he didn't want to be bothered, so he's leaving.
That's the misrepresentation. That's a worship center. We the church. But God ain't left nothing. He was never there. So God is in us. That's a building, man-made. We build beautiful building, but we don't build beautiful people. So the young man did the best he could with the wisdom and knowledge that he has, but I would like to talk with him and counsel him where he can get a personal relationship with God, where he can understand that it ain't about them being consistent. If 100,000 churches closing, it's a reason why, because the faith-based initiative done bought most of them, the mega churches anyhow. And you played it about 2 months ago, the 3 things they got to do to keep that money. So again, you can look at America and tell the church is not effective. Not effective. Look at us. Everybody obese, everybody smoking cigarettes, everybody high, alcohol, pill. We still take more pain pills than anybody. And then you Google it today. We right behind Vegas in the most freakiest state in America, Houston, Texas. So again, we hookah pipes, everything. We don't want away from God. So our church, we the church, but it's not enough of us in the building coming together to make some more Malcolm X's, some more Martin Luther King, more Rosa Parks, Ida B. Wells, Nat Turner, Delmar Vesey, Harriet Tubman. We're not building nothing. We don't have enough young people. The power was there, but we're not training and teaching them enough. And I've been talking about the vocational school for the last year. 3 years, really, but consistently for the last year. And I don't know who's going to help us, but I know the millions of dollars I make off my movie, The Redemption of the American Gangster. We got to open up 100 vocational schools to save millions of our children. But they don't give a damn about selling the same, because they took the vocational school out the schools, mechanic, hair, barber, all that, cosmetology, all that. They did it on purpose. And built prisons, not ballparks, private prisons at that. Who came up with that? A private prison.
Well, I told you that the suburban schools are like Cypress near Houston, Texas. They have put back in their vocational programs.
It did what?
They put back the vocational programs. They put them back in their high school.
Anybody with common sense. Jesus made it clear to the disciples, suffer little children, forbid them not. Let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of these, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. If Jesus Christ, our big brother, Yahshua, because the James been around for 600 years, if he loved children, then why don't we? Why haven't we said, if you touch our children, we'll put that noose around your neck? And we allow these Epstein files to go, be redacted, go, and you see all our innocent children on there? Them white children, them our children. Black ones, whatever color, them our children. I'm the father of earth. The black woman, the mother of earth. All life comes from us. So they're my children, I love them. Every one of them. And they don't deserve that, to be taken advantage of with all them child pedophiles. But God is going to get every one of y'all. Remember I told you that. You're not going to get away. What you done to the least of them, you also done unto me. Y'all rotten. Y'all animals. And God is going to deal with each and every one of you. I promise you that. Your day is coming. With all of you. Your name in there 38,000 times, then 1,000,000 times. And you still the president. 34 felonies you should have never got in there. And then you released 1,600 people on how many of you put in them ISIS. Then the lady hired one of them with 2 felonies and pay him, they bust him. And he was talking about death to the police officer right in front of everybody, and they hire him. And another one they got out, he done got another child molestation case. Then another one said, you can take my pardon. I'm not following you no more, Mr. Trump. What you're doing is not right. And then the old lady say, I'm not taking your pardon. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Trump and Vance and that cabinet need to be moved quick as possible. If y'all love America, you love the citizens, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, if you love these people, get him out. 27 psychiatrists have said he's the most dangerous man in the world in that White House. Get him out of there, y'all. Tragedy is coming. I don't want to be right, but I know I'm going to be. Get Donald Trump out that office immediately. Stop this unjust war immediately. Stop. And what they're doing to Cuba is so disrespectful to God and to those children. America, get out of this. Generals, stop the war. Move him. Come on the TV and give him up like you're doing. And tell the men, no, we're not shooting no missiles. We ain't doing nothing. All this over them files, man. This is a distraction. And he don't care how many people lose their life. He just said it. It's going to be casualties in the war. But ain't none of your family ever been your daddy, your granddaddy. They got something about your granddaddy on it. I'm going to look at it too. Y'all never been in nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm warning you. I'm telling you. Get him out that office quick as possible. Thank you.
Okay, fam. Well, it's been a great show. Minister, great job. We've covered a lot of tracks. I did have one question, but I know we'll start talking about that and we'll go down the rabbit hole. I'll table it till next time.
Would you play our commercials?
Well, we have time for one.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have time for one. Okay, fam. Well, remember, if you're watching this on replay, please drop us a comment. If you haven't already, share our content And yeah, let us know what you think. We thank you for your support. And man, we love you. Peace and blessings. And I'm trying to go out on a really high note. And yeah, I'm going to play one of our commercials and then we'll be out.
Well, I stepped into water, and the water was cold. You know the angels in heaven, yeah, done shine my name. Well, it chilled my body, but not my soul. No.
You helping me, Captain, all the rest of us, save them.
Listen to me. Yeah.
So that y'all celebrate us and help us open up vocational schools and save our kids and our kind. You don't want to do that. You want to sit in the back like a house nigga, a fool, and do what you do. Because I have 5,000 heaven making angels around me. And anybody come against me, God is going to destroy them. I can name all the people that come at me. God have destroyed them, have created problems in their family.
Yeah.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying to you is that the black woman is the mother of earth. She has melanin in her skin, right here, melanin. The sun is her friend, not her enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to me. Yeah.
Now I see your crew is snitching. Get out the game. Whatever money you got, open some kind of business. If you don't know how to open, then to do what my partner did. He gave his money to the restaurant owner. Now he rich because the restaurant owner paid him every month. He invested like $500,000 with it. And now he out of Galveston. So now he get rich. If his wife got a big home, they come out of Texas University. If you ain't an entrepreneur, invest your money with a D or with Catherine, whoever doing business. With me, I'm going to build 90 townhouses. I need 2.5 right now. So again, invest your money with somebody you can trust.